By evening, your shoulders sit somewhere near your ears. Your jaw is tight, your face feels heavy, and the mirror shows a tired version of you that sleep alone does not seem to erase. Here is the idea Chinese wellness is built on. Nothing transforms a body in one weekend. What transforms it is what you repeat, 2 minutes at a time, every single day. Most of us live the opposite way. We save health for the weekend. One hard workout, one early night, one salad after a heavy week. Then we wait for something to go wrong before we start paying attention. Meanwhile, the small daily tensions, the clenched jaw, the lifted shoulders, the long hours of screens, quietly add up, and they often show first in the face, as tiredness, as tightness, as energy that leaks away before the afternoon is done. There is an old Chinese term for the other way, yang sheng, nourishing life. Not treating a problem, tending the body a little, every day, the way you water a plant. Today, 8 of those habits. Each one takes minutes. None of them needs equipment, a gym membership, or anything bought. There is no miracle here, and nothing changes by Friday. That is not how the body works. Don't try to memorize all 8. Just watch for the one that sounds easiest. That is where you start. And the 8th is the quietest of them all, but it is the one that makes the other 7 permanent. We'll get there. Start with the part of your body that carries the most and gets touched the least. Your head. Think about how the day lands on you. The deadlines, the screens, the noise. Very little of it lands in your feet. It gathers in the scalp, the temples, the small muscles you forget exist, until the head feels tight, like a lid screwed on too far. And that tightness rarely stays put. A tense scalp often shows lower down, in a heavy brow and a set jaw, the look people call a tired face. The first habit is a 2-minute scalp massage. In Chinese self-care, the scalp is often treated as part of the face, one skin, connected. Tend one, and the other tends to follow. Here is how. Use the pads of your fingertips, never the nails. Start at the front hairline. Make small, slow circles with light pressure. Count 5 circles, then move back 1 finger width. Work in lines from the forehead to the crown, then down to the base of the skull, then the sides above the ears. 2 minutes covers the whole head. The easiest place to do it is in the shower, with shampoo in your hair, where the fingers glide on their own. Out of the shower, dry hands work fine. Many people find the head feels lighter afterward, the brow loosens, and sleep may come a little easier that night. Traditionally, this is believed to support circulation in the very place tension gathers. Whatever the explanation, a head that gets touched can soften, in a way a head that never gets touched rarely does. Tonight, in the shower, give your scalp 2 slow minutes. That is the whole habit. Now, the neck, the part of you that pays for every screen you own. Hours of looking slightly down, chin forward, shoulders braced. The posture has a shape, and by evening you can feel it. That stiff line from behind the ear down to the shoulder. You roll your head, something cracks, and 10 minutes later the stiffness is back. In some Chinese homes, this area gets daily attention. Not stretching, but smoothing. Slow, light strokes along the side of the neck, following the path your hand naturally wants to take. The habit, use your right hand for the left side of your neck. Start just behind the ear, stroke gently downward, all the way to the top of the shoulder. Light pressure. This is not a deep massage, and it should never hurt. 30 slow strokes on one side. Then switch hands and do the other side. A drop of oil makes it smoother, and in the shower, soap does the same job, but bare hands work perfectly well. Notice what happens around the 10th stroke. The shoulder on that side often seems to drop a little, without being asked. Many people find this habit also helps them wind down at night. The neck seems to hold more of the day than we give it credit for. Do it while the kettle boils. Do it at your desk between tasks. 60 strokes in total, about 90 seconds. And keep this one in mind. A later habit builds on exactly this idea of letting go, and carries it through the whole body. For now, 30 gentle strokes, each side, from behind the ear to the shoulder. Picture a classroom in China, mid-morning. The lesson stops. Hundreds of children rub their palms together and press them softly over their closed eyes. Eye exercises have been part of the Chinese school day for generations, a pause built into the timetable itself. Your eyes may need that pause more than those children ever did. Think about what a modern day asks of them: a laptop through the morning, a phone at lunch, a television at night, often 2 screens at once, brightness from waking to sleeping, and not 1 minute of true darkness. The third habit takes 1 minute. Rub your palms together, briskly, for 10 seconds, until you feel real warmth in them. Then cup them gently over your closed eyes. No pressure on the eyelids. The palms hover like 2 small bowls of warmth. Take 3 slow breaths in the darkness you have made. Then rub again and cup again. 3 rounds. 1 minute. The warmth and the dark do the work together. Eyes that spend all day gripping a bright rectangle finally get both at once. Many people find the forehead loosens too. You may not notice you were frowning until the moment you stop. Use it as a reset between tasks. Once mid-morning, once mid-afternoon. If you wear glasses, set them down first. The ritual works better with nothing between the warmth and the skin. The next habit moves lower, to a part of the body Chinese tradition treats with particular respect, and most of us ignore completely. Think of how most evenings end. Dinner a little late, a little heavy, then the couch, then bed, and you lie down with the day still sitting in your middle, full and restless at the same time. In some Chinese homes, there is a habit for exactly this hour, often passed down from mothers. Imagine a woman in her 50s who has done it every night since she was 20, lying in bed, palms stacked on her lower belly, making slow circles before sleep. Ask her why, and she would not quote a study. She would say her body simply feels better for it, lighter, calmer, more settled. The habit is exactly that simple. Lie on your back at night, before sleep. Stack 1 palm on top of the other and rest them just below the navel. Move them in slow, clockwise circles. Gentle and unhurried, the weight of the hands doing most of the work. Start with 100 circles. It takes about 3 minutes, and it is close to effortless. In Chinese wellness traditions, the lower abdomen is often described as a center the rest of the body organizes itself around, and slow warmth there is traditionally believed to support digestion and easy sleep. Modern language would explain it differently. Either way, many people find the circles can act like a wind-down signal. The breath slows to match the hands, and the mind follows the breath. If evenings often leave you heavy or bloated, this is the habit to try first. And if nothing else, it replaces 3 minutes of scrolling with 3 minutes of quiet. That trade alone is worth it. Tonight, when you lie down, hands stacked, 100 slow circles, and let your eyes close somewhere in the counting. Halfway now, and a pattern may be showing itself. Not one of these habits asks for effort. They ask for attention, 2 minutes of it, given to a part of you that carries more than you realized. The first 4 habits release what the day puts in. The next 4 are different. They build what the day takes out. Have you ever tried to meditate and given up because your mind refused to sit still? You are in good company. Chinese tradition has long had an answer for restless people. Don't sit. Move. Slowly, rhythmically, until stillness comes to find you instead. The 5th habit is the swinging arm exercise. In parks across China, early in the morning, you can watch older people doing it. Standing in place, arms swinging loosely back and forth like pendulums, faces completely at ease. Stand with your feet planted shoulder-width apart, knees soft. Let both arms swing forward to shoulder height, then back behind you, loose and relaxed, with no force at all. The arms should feel like they are swinging themselves. Count 5 swings, and on the 5th, add 1 small, soft bounce in the knees. 5 swings, bounce. 5 swings, bounce. Continue for 5 minutes. In Chinese movement tradition, this gentle rhythm is described as one of the softest ways to wake qi, the body's working energy, not by pushing it, but by rocking it awake. What you may notice is simpler: warmth in the hands, a looser lower back, and a mind that often quiets down because it fell into step with the swinging. Morning is the best time. It wakes the body the way a long stretch wakes a cat. Tomorrow, before the phone, 5 minutes of swinging, loose arms, soft knees, nowhere to be. The sixth habit looks, from the outside, like nothing at all. In those same parks at dawn, some people are not moving. They stand perfectly still, knees slightly bent, arms rounded in front of the chest, as if holding a large invisible ball. They are not waiting for anyone. They are practicing. It is called Zanzhuang, standing like a post. And it is harder, stranger, and more settling than it has any right to be. Try 2 minutes. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart, knees soft, never locked. Let your arms rise and curve in front of you, as though wrapped around a beach ball, hands at chest height. Drop the shoulders. Breathe slowly through the nose, and simply stand. For the first 30 seconds, your mind will complain. This is boring. This is pointless. Then, somewhere around the 1-minute mark, something often shifts. The legs warm. The breath deepens. The complaining fades. You are just standing, and being fully inside your own body for 2 unbroken minutes turns out to be something most of us have not done in years. Traditionally, standing practice is believed to build steadiness from the ground up, the legs, the posture, the nerves. Many people find 2 quiet minutes leaves them feeling quietly reset. Start with 2 minutes, right after your morning swings. The 2 habits fit together. One moves, one stills. And stay close now. The 8th habit is near, and it is smaller than any of these. It is also the only one that makes the rest of them permanent. First, though, right now, without moving, check 3 places. Your jaw, is it pressed shut? Your shoulders, are they closer to your ears than they need to be? Your hands, are they half curled, gripping nothing? Most of us hold tension we never authorized. Nobody decides to clench a jaw for 6 hours. It happens quietly, while we work, and the body pays the bill by evening, sometimes in the neck, sometimes in the face. Chinese movement arts have a word for the opposite state, song, to loosen, to release the grip. Not collapsing, softening, the way snow softens on a warm roof. Masters spend decades refining it. You only need the beginner's version. The 7th habit, 3 checkpoints a day. Morning, midday, evening. Or better, tie them to things you already do. The first, coffee. Lunch, closing the laptop. At each checkpoint, scan the same 3 places. Unclench the jaw and let the tongue rest loose. Let the shoulders drop, truly drop, 1 inch further than feels natural. Open the hands flat for 1 full breath. 10 seconds, 3 times a day. That is the entire habit. What makes it matter is the repetition. Release tension once a day, and it tends to return within the hour. Release it 3 times a day, every day, and many people find the body may slowly relearn a lower resting state, shoulders that sit a little further from the ears than they used to. Set the first checkpoint at tomorrow's first coffee. Jaw, shoulders, hands. 10 seconds. And here is the 8th habit, the quiet one that makes the rest permanent. It has a name worth remembering, the fixed time rule. Same moment, same habit, every day. It works like this. Choose 1 habit from the 7 you have just seen, only 1. Attach it to a moment that already exists in your day. The evening shower, the boiling kettle, lying down for sleep. Then repeat it at that same moment for 7 days before you even think about adding another. There is an old Chinese saying, dig the well before you are thirsty. Most of us live thirsty. We ignore the body until it complains, then answer with 1 burst of attention, a hard workout, 1 strict week, and call it health. Chinese wellness runs on the opposite bet. 2 minutes daily beats 2 hours occasionally. Because the body learns from what is repeated, not from what is intense. The anchors make it nearly effortless. The scalp in the evening shower, the neck strokes while the kettle boils, the warm palms in the mid-afternoon dip, the belly circles lying down for sleep, the swings and the standing before breakfast, the 3 unclenchings tied to coffee, lunch, and log off. Once a habit has a fixed place in the day, the moment itself starts reminding you, willpower stops being part of it. And that, quietly, is how a life changes shape. Not one dramatic turnaround, a body that gets tended a little, every single day, until it stops feeling like a problem waiting to be solved. Tonight, choose your one habit and its one moment. That single decision is the 8th habit, already working. So, the scalp, the neck, the eyes, the belly, the swinging arms, the standing stillness, the 3 unclenchings, and one fixed-time rule holding them all. Don't try all 8 this week. That is the crash diet mind wearing a new costume. Choose the one that sounded easiest, give it a fixed time, and let it become boring before you add another. Boring is what working looks like. Tell us in the comments, did your mother or grandmother have a small daily habit like these? A rub, a rhythm, a little daily rule? Tell us the habit and the country it came from. We read every one. Your body is not asking for a transformation. It is asking to be tended. Small hands, every day, add up to more than you expect. Next time, the Chinese habits that quiet an overthinking mind. And why thinking harder was never the way out.